Yes, sir. No, you'll see me. When another game came out, one that defied almost every other so-called violent video game before it, and set the standards for that category for many years to come. That game is... That game is Mario's Preschool Fun, a game where you can unleash waves of bullets to massacre the people that don't accept you. A game where you can commit arson and set ablaze anything that dare crosses your path. A game where you can piss on... Huh? What? Wait. Oh crap. Sorry, wrong script. I'm talking about, Postal, and, I, hope your bladder is full because it caused...
controversy.
Postal was released for the PC in 1997 and was the breakout effort from the small, little-known, but aptly named game company Running with Scissors. It's a top-down shooter that takes place in some random city and puts you in the role of the Postal Dude, where your goal is to blow away a certain amount of armed NPCs in the stage that all of a sudden decided that they don't like you. There's not really a story, just some dude sticking bullets down angry villagers' throats. Now, you'd expect it to cause controversy, but, well, it didn't. Why it didn't is very simple. It was a popular game, and it is very brutal, but it wasn't violent enough to justify attention. Sure, going postal, which pretty much means killing everything in sight, sounds like it'd be enough, but in those days and these days, it's just your ordinary isometric shooter. Now, in a what-if scenario, I could say that the controversy caused would have been very justifiable, because, again, you are going postal, and it easily could have been banned in a country or two just for the thought of it. Today, well, yeah, going postal is luckily still frowned upon in society, as evidenced by the very, very, very tragic Sandy Hook incident, so it could hold up if it wasn't for the existence of... Postal 2. Or, as the title looks, Postal Squared. The sequel was released in 2003 and was wildly different from the original. Instead of a linear shooter reminiscent of games like Smash TV, Postal Squared was an open-world first-person shooter reminiscent of games like... Soldier of Fortune? Yes? No? No, whatever, it's reminiscent of something before it. The game gave the player a lot more freedom this time around, even though it told them what they had to do if they wanted to progress. But who's gonna do that when you can... Wait, no, not yet. Anyway, the game itself was popular enough to get itself some expansion packs, and the entire collection is even on Steam now. Alright, no more of the boring summary. What about the controversy? Well, as said before, there was a reason why the original Postal's possible controversy would not have had much of an impact today. And that reason is, Postal Squared caused so much controversy that it would make Kanye West, Justin Bieber, and Donald Sterling bawl like infants. Out of all the game controversies I've reviewed thus far in this series, Postal Squared is probably the first guarantee for a perfect 10. Mad World had that chance, but it was screwed up by the absurd remarks from the angry mob that brewed its controversy. Miley Spears also had that chance, but it was completely ruined by the fact that there was no reason for it to have controversy. What happened in the Postal Squared controversy was genuinely well intended. And instead of just listing the number of reasons why this happened, I'll just show you this and all will become clear. Oh, yeah. Yes, you can piss on people in this game, who subsequently go purging. That, along with the fact that you're still going postal, is enough to warrant a controversy pretty much anywhere. Game critics were the first bunch of jerks that, likewise, pissed on Postal Squared. They criticized about how hard the game urges the player to go nuts, and for how they see it as a single joke affair stretched into an entire game, leading to middling ratings from these critics. There was also a lot of criticism on the stereotyping in this game. Pretty much everyone in town is a big, self-centered, conceited dick, not different from people on the internet, and there are even hate groups that characterize the real-life hate groups they're based on. Man, all this game needs is a swastika and a KKK symbol graffitied on the wall, and it'd be the most racist game of all time. But it was mainly the violence that got the people's attention. And I'm not talking about a few interest groups. Oh no, I'm talking about the whole freaking world. Starting with Europe, France and Germany banned the game, and so did Sweden, albeit temporarily, when the case involving the Swedish distributor of the game being tried for violating the Free Speech Act, yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me either, fell apart. Meanwhile, over in Asia, Malaysia, that rhymed, banned the game due to its high-impact violence/cruelty. Then we have the Australian territories, where Australia banned the game due to the lack of the 18+ rating its terrible rating system has, which still would have banned it anyway. But the most interesting ban came from New Zealand. Of course, they banned it for being too effing violent, and they emphasized the pissing aspect too, but they upped the stakes of actually owning it by making it a crime to, actually own it. A huge crime, in fact, that comes with a penalty of 10 years in prison and a fine of $275,000. Holy shit. I just found something from a bucket list. It's quite clear that the world was telling Postal Square to piss off, and it wasn't even safe from North American rage either. A lot of USA game retailers wouldn't stock it, and in 2006, it got even worse publicity when it was named as one of the games that inspired the runner-up for Dumbass of the Year for 2006, Kim Beer-Gill, to cause the also tragic Dawson College shooting in Montreal. I'll just be happy a certain disbarred attorney didn't jump on the controversy train. And what a ride this game took. So, is it perfect like I said it was? Well, it was pretty damn close, but not close enough. For one reason. The developers did make this game with the expectation of the people to partake in the violence and mayhem in mind, but interestingly enough, it's completely possible to get through the whole game without killing people. That's why this controversy is just near perfect. Although it's difficult to accomplish this, and is most likely not going to happen, the fact that you could brings down the score. Did it matter though? No! Despite its controversy and low reviews, the game managed to become a best-selling game for Linux within its first month, and it just kept getting better from there. 4 years later, the third game in the series came out, and... Okay, Postal 1 and 2, the only games in the franchise. Time to rate the controversies. I'll give the original Postal's possible controversy 6 massive blood pools out of 10. Not bad, but it's outranked by Postal Square's controversy, which gets 9 cat silencers out of 10, and it's the current king of controversy, until another game with a similar controversy comes out. Well, I've still got dozens of controversies not looked at yet, so... Huh? What? Oh, shoot. Sorry, I gotta leave. Time for me to graduate.
1997 was a great year for violent games, since it also unleashed Postal upon the unsuspecting gaming world.
You were the man.
Because of the brutal violence in this shooter, the game was banned in over 10 countries.
Okay, first off, wrong game. Second, it was only 6 countries. And third...